Hello there, this is Ape Defender Nate, and my dog is not actually in the oven, she's up here. But anyway, we're making grilled cheese today. So we need cheese, bread, pizza sauce. We don't actually need pickles, but everyone knows that grilled cheese is good with pickles. You need margarine or butter, a frying pan, or one of those like electric frying pan griddle things. And if you don't have one of those electric frying pan griddle things, or you aren't using it, you need an oven. Not just an oven, you need a stovetop. Anyway, let's get started. I don't know if this will work, but it seems like it will. So anyway, today we're using this knife that's made in France. You also need a knife, and if you're using pickles, you may need a fork or something to get the pickles out of the pickle jar. This bread is kind of frozen. But anyway, we're going to start by cutting off the crusts. Now normally when you're using a knife, if it's sharp, if you're using a knife, you should be cutting on a plastic cutting board, because cutting on like a ceramic plate, or it might be glass, I don't really know. It does dull the knife, but then with the plastic, the knife can kind of like dig into the plastic a little bit. And then it's a lot better. But this knife doesn't have I guess it does have a blade, but it isn't really sharp. So I'm not too concerned about that. The reason I like to cut the crusts off is because, well, I think that it cooks more evenly with the crusts off of it, because with this whole wheat bread, the crusts do kind of stick up a little bit and stop the rest of the bread from cooking. You want to cut as close to the crusts as you can get, because you want a lot of bread on your sandwiches. This knife's working pretty well. I do like it. It has like wood on it, wooden handle. It does feel like it might give me a sliver, but I'm not too concerned about it. I have a second plate to put my crusts on. That took a lot of bread off, which is alright, but generally undesirable. If you want to eat the crust, you can, but I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to turn my oven on. So my oven is now, or my stovetop is now on. Now, I have the cheese. I like to cut it in like strips. They're about maybe around like 4 millimeters thickish, 3 or 4, or a 1/4 inch, a bit less than a 1/4 of an inch thick, and it works pretty well. Oh yeah, you'll also need like a spatula. I like using a steel spatula. And since I'm making 2 sandwiches, I need 6 of these things. And yeah, there we go. Now we have 6. Anyway, won't do that. Let's put that over there. I have my oven. I have it set to just above medium. I am using one of the larger circles for it. So anyway, now my knife kind of has some crumbs on it. I probably shouldn't have cut the cheese like that, but that's alright. And you can use the same knife for the margarine. This isn't some restaurant or anything. My bread is still a little bit frozen, but anyway, we're gonna put margarine on one side of this piece of bread. That's pretty good. Now, I'm going to put it on the frying pan with the margarine side down. I'm going to grab the cheese, put cheese on it, And this is where things get a bit different. We got our pizza sauce. Actually, we can shake it up a little bit first. We're gonna put our pizza sauce on here, like that. Now, get back to. Now we quickly put margarine on another piece of bread. You can put it on the second piece of bread before you put it on the frying pan if you want, and that's probably a better idea than what I'm doing right now. But it doesn't matter too much if you are fast. So anyway, back over to the oven. Now we put our second piece of bread on top like that, the margin side up, and we can start cooking the second thing now. Just gonna find a spatula real quick. Probably should have done that before I started, but that's alright. And you guys can learn from that, so win-win. Anyway, I found a spatula, and it does take like 2 or 3 minutes for the stuff to cook, and you can check that with the spatula if you want to, and you should, because it's the best way to figure it out. And you can hear the other one cooking over here. I'll check on it in a second. Alright, now back over here. Put pizza sauce on our other one. Be very careful. Pizza sauce doesn't usually come in like bottles like this, it's usually in a can. Then the strategy is just to take a spoon. So anyway, this... Oh, some cheese came off, but that's alright. We can clean that off later if we need to. Anyway, we can see, look at that, that's like perfect. I just flipped it over with the spatula. Hand kind of had some margin on it, which is alright, just kind of uncomfortable. But as you can see, these cook really fast, so it was on there for like, what, like a minute? Sort of check under that. Like that cooked pretty evenly. It's a bit less cooked in here, but that's alright. Sometimes it is kind of hard to get under them, but that could actually use a bit more cooking, but I think it should be alright. We are getting some spots that are cooking quite well. Have that cook a bit longer. Alright, this does need cooking more on that side. Kind of shift it so that it's under the more hot parts of the... Oh yeah, I'm not centered over that. That's... Anyway, I think that... You know, that is pretty good, but I think could use a little bit longer on that side. This one's probably finished on that side. Oh yeah, that's a bit well done. That's perfect though. Almost perfect, I would say. And this one's probably finished now, so we're going to put it back on this plate. Oh yeah, look at that, that's nice. I like to cut them in half into triangles. So if you cut it this way, that's good. If you cut it this way, that's good. But you can't cut it this way. If you cut it this way, then, you know, try again. Is someone ready yet? Sometimes they cook really fast. And sometimes they're hard to predict. Just a little bit longer. I'm actually going to turn off the oven now. So now it's off. Oh yeah, when you're cooking stuff, especially if you have like younger siblings or kids or something, you should always have the handles of the stuff towards like the counter or towards the wall, and instead of out over here, because you don't want them to like fall down or anything. Okay, I kind of burnt this one a little bit, it looks like, but not too much. I just like to leave the frying pan on the stove top for, I don't know, until I'm finished my lunch, until it cools down a little bit. Because, like, look at this nice granite countertop. If you put it on here, it might damage the finish, and we can't have that happen. So anyway, I like to eat them with pickles. But this is about how to make grilled cheese. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.